Hello friends, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Tiffany. So today I am going to share with you a review of this Anecdote planner. I've already opened this and looked at this. You'll also probably see like the paid promotion tab. I'm not paid to do this review, but because I got it for free, I'm going to include that because I just think that's the ethical thing to do. But Anecdote reached out to me about getting a planner, and so I agreed because I'm always down to look at and review a new planner. And so, while it was sent to me for free, all of my opinions are my own, you know the drill, y'all. And I do give my, my honest thoughts on planners when I do review them. So full transparency, I have already looked through this. I wanted this to be like, not like a reaction to it, but like a thoughtful review of this planner. I've seen it a lot here lately, and so I thought, great. I'm always down to try a new planner. So yeah, anyway, this is available on Amazon. I think you can also order from them. So I'll link the planner down in the description that you can buy off of Amazon. But this is how it came packaged in this box. Here's just some basic information of it. This is an interesting planner. I will say that. So it's called the Daily Workflow Planner. It has a 2025-2026 dated yearly calendar. It has 12 months, a non-dated calendar, and it has 26-week daily workflow planner. So the weekly daily section is only good for about half a year. It has just like a little description about it. It does have 250 pages. It's A5 size, cream paper, and it's 100 GSM. So that's kind of how it came in this box. I kind of like it. It's cute. The box was a little beat up. I don't think that that's like the company's fault. I just think sometimes like when you get stuff off of Amazon or whatever, that it comes through. So this is kind of how it came, with this little label, this little information. So I'm going to pull it off. I just kind of wanted to show you how it would come. My hands are like extra sweaty, y'all, so I'm sorry. I just washed them too. Okay, so I picked the green. This does come in other colors. When I'm editing this, I'll try to put the other colors like up on the screen. Editing Tiffany here, just showing all of the different colors that are available on Amazon. I don't know how to fancy edit, so I just inserted a screen recording in because I can't remember, but I remember the green talking to me. So it is a hardcover. You can hear. It is a textured cover. It doesn't really feel like linen. I don't know how to describe the way this feels. It's not soft at all. It is hard, and it has like this. You can hear that sound, right? It does have an elastic band. It doesn't have like anything like on it. Doesn't have anything on the spine, but it does have Anecdote written or embossed right there. It also has a green elastic to hold it shut, and it has 2 green ribbons. It's actually, it's really nice. So when you open it up, and it does, I'm sorry, it has rounded corners. I think that's important to note because not all planners do. You just kind of have like this little blank, like, open page. And then you have like the page that's glued to the front page. I feel like every planner has this. It says Anecdote Los Angeles, and then in this very simple minimal font, it says this planner belongs to. You can definitely see the cream of the paper. So it jumps right into the yearly overview. This is the dated yearly overview. So you get 2025 on this side and 2026 on this side. This is the only thing that's dated in this entire planner. And I will say one thing that I found very interesting about this page is that the yearly overview calendars are Sunday start, but everything else, like the blank monthlies and the weekly daily, they're all Monday start. So I found that to be kind of interesting, and I don't know if that was like intentional. I'm not really sure the reason behind it, but just something to note. The font is, it's a nice like gray font. It's not like black in your face. Okay, so the next page is like this notes page. It says yearly career goals, yearly personal goals. So I think this could potentially be like a really good like planner as far as, like work. When I was looking at it, I was like, this would probably be a really good work planner for me. And then you get another blank page, and then you get this quote page. It's Ralph Waldo Emerson. I don't know who that is. It says, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. And then it goes right into the undated monthlies. Now, each month does have like the name of the month. Like, so it says, ooh, sorry, it's just a stutter. It says January. Like I said, it's a Monday start calendar. You can also put the year. You can input the year. So technically, you don't have to use this planner in 2025, 2026. You could also easily wipe that January out and just start using it whenever you want to. So you get 5 full weeks of the boxes to put your dates in. And then you get 3 boxes like on that 6th week. You get a priorities and then a to-do little section on the like sidebar here and a little note section down here. So I mean, you could, like, if you are into like stickering and stuff, you could easily sticker this thing up. I might do like a mock spread. I don't know. It could be fun to play in this planner. Sometimes planners are just fun to play in, you know. Some planners are great for planning. Some are just fun to try. Now, I'm a person that I believe like planning is very personal. And I think that there is a difference between planning and journaling. But every planner, everybody needs something different from their planner. And everybody's mind works differently. So for some people, this could be a great planner. For some people, it may not be their cup of tea. So I'm just going to kind of throw that in. But you do get 12 months. So you get all 12 months of the monthlies. It is a sewn binding. Just kind of so you know, the paper feels nice. It's very smooth, very soft. No complaints about the paper. I did a pen test in the back already, and I'll show you guys that as well. Okay, so you get the 12 months. You get January through December, blank monthly, same structure, all of that. Like I said, it's a Monday start monthly, which I appreciate. Then you get another blank page, and then you get a Steve Jobs quote that says, I'm convinced that about half of what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance. I don't, you know, if I want to quote in my planner, I'm putting what quote I like. So I find the weekly, daily situation to be interesting. So instead of like a structured weekly, like for example, in this planner that I have here, this is like a cheap Hobby Lobby planner. You get, you know, your weeklies kind of like drawn out. Here it's a line page. It says weekly plan with a line, and then you get priorities and to do. Now, if you notice, there are some parts that are, it looks like the font is darker. Maybe that, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but the weekly plan appears to be darker than the priorities and to do. So I guess this is where I'm thinking like this will be a great like productivity planner for work as opposed to anything else. Just my thoughts there. So you could do that. And then it goes straight into like a day per page, except for Saturday and Sunday. So the day per pages, you have, it says Monday schedule. It has a spot where you can put the date. You have a 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. timeline. There's only one line per hour, but I feel like there's a pretty good, I mean, I don't write super big. I mean, if you write tiny, you could easily add a line. I think that's kind of completely up to you, but it does go from 7 a.m. So you have this little block of time blocking. You have a little box here that says notes, ideas, etc. You have our priorities 1 through 5. And then you have like a bulleted to-do list. And that's how every weekday is set up. And then the weekends are stacked on top of each other. And so you have the daily time chart, same as the 7A to 8P. And then you have the bulleted to-do list, but you're sharing the page for Saturday and Sunday. And then you get a notes page, and then it's rinse and repeat. And that's it. And like I said before, it's 26 weeks. So if you use this consistently and daily, this is about a half a year planner. I forgot to mention, this is $24.99 on Amazon. So yeah. And then after this, then you get, I think it's 15 notes pages, because I consider this notes page to be a part of this weekly. So then you go into notes pages. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, yeah, 14, and then 15. So you get about 15 notes pages, and then you get that little paper there, and then this pocket. It's like a folder pocket. that I feel like is pretty common. Like, I feel like Moleskines have these, Leuchtturms have these, all of that. And so when I was thinking about this, like, how am I using this planner? The place that I would probably use it, like, I would find to be, like, the most useful place for it in my life would be my work planner. And in my work planner, I am, you know, I use pen and highlighters, and that's it, and sticky notes. So, I did like a quick pen test of, this was a mild liner. It's that yellow, look, does it say yellow? Hold on. No, it's called Gold. And then I used this Z-Grip, pink fluorescent highlighter. I used a Uniball 1.38, a Sarasa Dry X 20.7. I did like this regular felt tip pen that I got from Dollar Tree. Arteza permanent marker, ultra fine. I have like a Five Below gel pen, and then I did my Tombow Finosuke hard tip, and just to kind of see how it did. I mean, it wrote fine. I'm gonna zoom it in. You can see some bleed through with that pink highlighter. I did 2 passes with the highlighter, so I highlighted over it twice. And then even surprisingly, the like permanent marker did fairly well. I mean, there's definitely like some ghosting, but the only one that is like really like significant bleed through is this one. So that is the planner. So I was sitting there like when I got it, and I was looking through it. Did I show you all the ribbons? These are the ribbons. I know I talked about them, but they're pretty good size. I'm not a big fan of planner ribbons, but that's just a personal preference. But when I was sitting there thinking about like what were my thoughts about this planner, I think this has potential to be a great work planner, in the sense that like if you need like structure, like daily structure, I think it is helpful, because it's got that like daily time blocking. It's got, you know, like a priorities list. I mean, you know, if you are in a job with deliverables or, you know, things like that, to-do lists, and then just like if you need a place to scribble notes and ideas, I think it's good. I find this to be interesting, not having like I mean, obviously you could like list here, like if you have like specific things, or you could just go ahead and like put your appointments, events, whatever things deadlines here, like on the daily pages, because they're all kind of grouped together. So in my mind, and it says like, I mean, they call this a daily workflow planner. So in my mind, I would use this, like if I wanted to, as a work planner. Now I think like the big question is like, would I have bought, and I was sitting there thinking like, if this was not gifted to me, would I have bought this planner? Probably not. Not because there's anything wrong with the planner or I have issue with it. I don't do well in undated things. That's first and foremost. If I really struggle with not having a like dated monthly, weekly, because I get lax and I don't do them. So that would be like my hesitancy. Like if somebody asked me like, would I buy this? But I like the layout of the daily page, and minus the, and you know, again, this is me nitpicking. I think it's a good planner overall, right? I like the way the paper feels. I like the way it looks. It looks very professional, very sleek. If I wanted to make it my own, I could put stickers and whatnot on it. And then my other issue would be the, like only having like one line for an hour-long slot. Again, that's just me nitpicking it. But yeah, I mean, I think this is really, really nice, and I appreciate Anecdote reaching out to me and, you know, offering to send this to me. I think I will put this to good use somehow, some way. It will likely be for work, and really what I was thinking for the monthly, because I already have a work planner. I'll try to link. I use the Iamio, and I noticed that like a lot of people are starting to use that planner. I'm in year 3 because I use the academic version of it. So I already have like a weekly planner, but I don't have a daily planner. I just kind of like use a notebook. But if I wanted to use this as a work planner, I think this would be a really cool place for me, because I do do school-based mental health services, and I'm at 6 different schools. And so I was like, I could do like a January master schedule, I could do a February master schedule of like what my appointments and things like that are on this calendar, and it not necessarily be a calendar. I guess to me that's like the benefit of it, and like having the undated is I can like, you know, if I wanted to make this my own, I could. But yeah, I mean, again, those are just my thoughts. That's why I wanted to look at it before like I started filming, because I wanted to give like my thoughtful opinion and not just react on the fly. So I like the color. I think it's really nice. I like the paper. I like the cream paper. I'm turning into a team cream paper girly. I think like it's very nice. It's a good size, and the way that it's a hardcover, you don't necessarily have to keep it in a cover. I could easily buy like one of those little Leuchtturm. I have one on this. The little, the little sticker pen loops, and just stick like a gel pen in there. So overall, I think it's a good planner. It's quite nice. I'm going to put this up because this kind of came with the planner. It talks about like a great deal of research went into designing this and all of that. So, and then there's just, you know, the simple way to do it. They kind of give some information about that if you want to pause the screen there. And I thought there was one more thing that I had got. There it is. Hold on. Yeah. I dropped it. I guess that's their logo. Yeah, there's like cat hair on it. But it also says, like, if you subscribe to their mailing list, you can get 20% off. So, anyway, and it seems like they're really open to, like, feedback. They seem to like really want people's feedback. So I think that that's really cool. But anyway, I hope this is helpful for someone. If you're looking at this planner or whatever, I think I just searched like daily planner, but I'll link it down in the description if this is something that you might be interested in. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. And I will talk to you all soon. Have a great day. Bye.